Hey, this is Ringo back with Blood and Steel, part 5. I'm a little excited about this one. I'm going to try something new for it. I got an actual microphone that I'm going to be using, and I'm going to try to do the editing a bit better. So let's see how this works. The other cool thing about this particular video is that you're going to see non-executioner dominance. The first swords really come out strong. They end up taking the round. And it's not just individual play, though there is a lot of that will highlight. There's also some really good tactical stuff, especially right off the beginning. Some of the stuff that we've been pointing out that was lacking, we're going to see happen in this one. So we see the line coming out here, and we're going to see on the right they have this nice little echelon going, and then on the left, not quite as nice. It's a little broken. Morgan stepped a little high there. Other than that, not bad. The center unit is about where they're supposed to be. You can see these three are sort of making a flat line, and then in the back you have Orlando sort of looking to play a spot where can I flank, where can I push and make a run. The real problem there is that they're too far back, and therefore they're not really going to have room for him to get in. But other than that, it's a good play. So on the right, for the executioners, you see they have their traditional sort of three-man triad thing. One thing I'm noting is that Jay is stepping a little far back on this, especially considering he doesn't have the long pole. So he's even with Tyler, and Tyler either needs to step up to be closer with Lane, or he needs to be playing the backhand role. Tyler playing the backfield, though, is a problem due to his sword and shield combo. You really want that to be a long weapon, so he needs to step up. Really, he should be nudging Lane to take a step forward, or Lane should take a step forward on his own. So that he has room to play. You can tell watching his head go back and forth. He doesn't really know what he's supposed to be doing. And there needs to be a little bit more guidance there. But on the left, there's more of an echelon going straight back. It's almost a little too stretched out. And in the middle, we have a loose triad. Two players sort of supporting each other. As the line comes up, off on the left, you see people are going to get froggy. Like normal. John really wants to get into it, but it's not really going to do much. And then here's where the action's all about to start. So Lane stepped in, Tyler goes in, and the right flank for the first swords breaks down immediately. However, unlike the past few times, they get immediate support. So you're going to watch. CJ is going to come in and hit Jay, and that's going to actually what sets all this off. Then immediately following, you're going to see these runs by Andrew coming straight out. Kraken's going to run deep, flanking right around myself right here. And then Pat's going to come in and then dip to the corner as well. On the left side, you're going to see them go just straight man-to-man. And then Orlando's going to run in right at the end. So, boom, there it is. And now we've got some first sword dominance going. Jay's going to get dropped over here, just was not ready for that fast charge. And you're going to see, as Orlando comes in, that makes a 3-on-2 right there. And we have 4 executioners sitting basically unengaged. 2 right there. 2 right there. And then we have these 3 first swords who are going to be able to pull them. So they're not engaged. Those 4 executioners aren't engaged. They're actually losing that battle, because that means the first swords are up somewhere, and that's what we're going to see happen right here. And then the first swords are going to do a good job of not engaging too much. See, Kraken dips around myself right there, and that leaves 3 executioners in the back here basically doing nothing. Andrew's the only target they have on them. It's going to change in a second, but for the most part, that's really all you see. Note, this is what starts it off. Jay dropped right down there, and there's Kat and I think that's Brian, basically out in the open, not doing anything. Oh no, that's Kat and me, just basically not doing anything, not helping out. And the thing that saves us for a second is Mike making this run off of Morgan. So Mike comes back and immediately runs. So he drives him in and then immediately breaks away and cuts back into Andrew's back. So here we go. Boom. Nice hit right there. So it's a little actually loose on that check. That needed to be harder or needs to come over the top. But for the most part, that's great play. He took what was two unengaged fighters being locked down by one, engaged that one fighter, letting the other two get free, and left his own fighter back in the field, not doing anything. So, and now what you're going to see is this is bad play. It should have been Mike just making a run off on that white tangent, but instead he circles back in. And if we compare this to run from a previous video, you'll see that blue would have been the same run. As Al hits him, he just runs on through instead of turning back around. And that's really what needed to happen here. Mike needed to not engage himself, but he does, and gets wrapped up with a much bigger, stronger opponent who's ready for him. And then Al's going to come in and take them both out. But if we take a look over in the corner here, you're going to see a heads-up play by this First Swords. I don't know who he was, but nice use of the bodies. He sees CJ appear on the ground and just quickly fucking throws his man over it. And then he comes in to try and support here. This is a problem. He needed to run away, not run in, like he did. You see the second arrow is the run he should have had, because he's basically just bumps in and takes away the region Morgan needs to move into, right? So Morgan can't go anywhere. From that spot, he needed to pick him up and lift him if he's going to be there, or he needed to not be there so that Morgan had room to run, and then he could have been involved in the play. But he basically just ran in, froze himself, and then by being frozen, left himself open to that big-ass check from Tyler. And here we're going to see some nice rail work. Lane needs to get free and just hook the rail. Any arm over, any arm through would have kept him up, especially right here. Had he just ducked his arm through and over, he'd have not gone down that body. But he spent too much time trying to keep himself up from the push. You can see the First Sword, of course, overextended himself on that push. Probably wouldn't have gotten the easy takedown had he not done it, but it ended up taking him down too. But because they had numbers, it ends up working. We see Pete coming in. This is the last moment. This is a 3-on-3 right now. Cat's in the back. We can't see him. And Pete is going to get held up by these two defenders, mainly by Orlando right here. And Orlando sort of freezes him and prevents him from making the choice that he needs to. Pete either needed to engage that axeman down there, possibly getting himself into a 2-on-1, so that his friend would be safe, or he needs to get into the corner and free who's ever there. But instead, he holds himself up. Stephen Parker, great axeman, comes in, boom, one-shot drop right there. And now it's a 2-on-3. Cat manages to get into the play and actually does a quick takedown to try and pull it out here, but it's not going to be enough. And there's a couple of reasons why. One is this grab that Pete has over Orlando. So Pete has kind of better position, but if we take a look, that grab he has over Orlando's shoulder, there's nowhere for him to go because of where that axe is. He can't throw him and support himself up, and it's going to allow Orlando to just flop and pull Pete with him right about, maybe not right about now, but in a little bit. So we're going to see, I believe that's Aaron working Cat, and you can see him pushing him over the bodies. It's a great work there. Cat manages to actually keep his balance and stay up, but not well enough that just one last punch is enough to take him down. The shield comes off. The refs call him standing, and that's the end of the match. So you can see there was some good individual play in there. I probably could have spent longer highlighting a lot of it, but for the most part, the things I wanted to go over were the better field tactics, especially at that early juncture, and then the poor field tactics by the executioners to pull it off. So anyway, I hope you liked it. I hope this one comes out better than the previous ones. Thoughts, comments, please leave some comments. Let me know what you think, if I'm right, if I'm wrong. Like, subscribe, and share this shit. Please share this everywhere that you think people talk about steel. I'd like to see more of these out there. I'd like to hear other people try and take a shot at analyzing this sport. So yeah, please share this. Let's get this conversation going. Peace out.